Hello everyone. So in today's session we will learn about SQL stored procedure. So basically what are stored procedures? Stored procedures are one of the object in the database. It is basically we can define as group of SQL statements, group of SQL statements, group of SQL statements stored as a object object with some given name. Okay, so basically stored procedure are nothing. These are the group of SQL statement which we stored as a object in database with some given name. Okay, so today we will learn various type of stored procedure. So let's learn this. So first of all, I want to show you the advantage of a stored procedure. Okay, so let's suppose uh, I want to retrieve records from employee details table. So I will write the query employee details, select star from employee details, right? Then it's showing me the number of record, showing me the records present in the employee detail table, right? Now another query I write is uh, I want to display the count total number of employees present in the employee detail table. So for that, I write the query like this: select count star from employee details. So okay, so this query will show me the number of records present in the employee detail table. Now another requirement is to fetch the salary of the employees from the salary table. Okay, so I will write select star from employee salary, right, where emp number. Okay, let's suppose we want to do this. Select star from employee salary, right? So it's showing me the salary of the employees, right? So suppose these queries I want to execute number of times, or I have the requirement of using these queries number of times. So one of the ways write these queries as many times as I need it and execute them. Another way is I can store these query in the procedure. So let's create a procedure for these queries. So syntax of procedure is, first of all we need to define delimiter. Okay, we can use any character over here. I am using double dollar as a delimiter. So basically it replaces the semicolon with double dollar for as a delimiter for procedure, right? After that I will give procedure, create procedure. The syntax for creating procedure is, first of all give create, then use keyword create procedure, then after that we will define the procedure name. So let's suppose I'm creating the procedure 1, right? This is my procedure name. Then after that, since I do not want to pass any parameters, so in the parenthesis I am passing nothing, right? Then after that, a procedure is always started with begin command, begin and end. Okay, and a procedure always ends with and statement with the delimiter character which we have used over here. Okay, so in this begin and I can uh, type the SQL statement, and once you created the procedure you need to change the delimiter back to semicolon. So after and statement you should change it back to semicolon. Okay, so this is the syntax of the procedure, and inside bracket I can write the as many SQL statement as I need it. So here I need to execute these three SQL statements number of times, or I want to reuse these statements number of times by storing them into the procedures. So I have copy paste here. So now I have given some name to this statement which I am calling as procedure 1. Okay, so let's create this procedure, you can check here in the left nav that there is no procedure with procedure one name. Once I created this procedure will started displaying over here. So let's create this. I'm executing this. So query is successfully executed, and if you refresh this, the procedure will get created over here. See this procedure. This procedure is coming over here, which have created just now. Now question is, by executing this, the procedure is only created. Now how to call this procedure? Now I want to execute this statement simultaneous, these three statements. So I can call this procedure by procedure name. What's my procedure name? Procedure one. Then this, since there is no parameter, so I am passing it as blank. This is how we can call a procedure anywhere, right? So let's execute this. So I have executed this procedure. So how many results is giving me? Since I have three queries inside the procedure, so it's giving me three results. First is to display all the records from the employee detail table. Second is to display the total number of employees. And third is the to show the salary information from the employee salary tables. Okay, now since this procedure is permanently created in the database, so I can use this procedure number of times in the calling application, right? And this is the one of the advantage of procedure. Like once it is created, we can reuse it as many times as we require. We need not to write SQL statements again and again. Okay, so this is one of the simple way of creating procedure. Another is sometimes we need to pass the value. We need to make our procedure dynamic, right? So we can pass the value as input parameter. So let's create a procedure where we are uh, fetching some value as input from the calling method, and then uh, we are executing the query based on that. Okay, let me write the create a procedure in the another tab. So this is another is procedure with input parameter, right? So we are going to create a procedure with input parameter. So again, syntax is same. First of all, you need to define delimiter, okay, as dollar. Then after that, create procedure command, procedure. Then procedure name, let's suppose this time I am going to create procedure 2, and here I am want to pass some input variable whose value we will read from the calling method or calling application. Okay, in, then this is the parameter mode, in, out. Okay, if you see, there can be various three types of parameter mode: in, out, and out. In is the read only parameter. In, out is variable can be read and write, means we call procedure can modify the value of the parameter. Out means procedure can modify the value of the parameter. Okay, now here I am going to create procedure with in type parameter modes. Okay, so I am writing in. Let's suppose variable name is let's suppose department. Okay, then close the bracket, then after that begin. Then here you can write the SQL statement like select. This time suppose I want to find the total number of employees for the specified department. Select star from employee details where department name is equal to dpt, and this department variable value will come from outside the this procedure from the calling method. Okay, from the user. Then after that, suppose I want to display the count of the right? Count star. Okay, so these are my queries, two queries which I want to store in this procedure. Then after that, and then you give delimit, change delimiter back to semicolon, right? So this is how we have defined the procedure. Let's understand this. First of all, we are declaring a procedure, creating a procedure with name procedure 2, where we are passing a variable of type input, and we need to define its type as well, where get. Okay, since it's a string type, so we need to define what type of parameter we are passing. So we are passing an input type parameter which is of string type, and here I'm writing the query using this parameter select star from bridal. Plus for this department we are displaying the record as well as we are counting the number of records in the specified for specified department. So let's store this procedure. This procedure is created successfully. Let's refresh this. uh, procedure 2, procedure 2 is not created, I think so. Maybe delimiter procedure 2. Let me execute this again. Okay, I didn't give here dollar. It is compulsory to give delimiter over here. Let's store this again. Yeah, procedure is successfully stored. Let's refresh and check in the ref trail whether procedure is created. Yes, our procedure is created. So this is our procedure. Let's call this. Now how to call a procedure with parameter? Okay, so procedure name is procedure 2. Then what type of we need to pass the department. Suppose I want to fetch records for IT department, so here I am passing the value as IT. Let's execute this. So this is how I am calling this procedure. Call procedure name, and here in the bracket I am passing the input parameter value. This IT will get stored in the department, and this will be used in the query, these two SQL statement, and it will show you the result accordingly, right? So it's showing me 3. See, it's fetching 2 result. In first result, it's showing me the list of the employees present in the IT department. And in the second, it's showing me the count of the employees in the IT department. So this is how we can pass input parameter in a procedure. And by this, our procedure become little bit dynamic, okay? And this procedure can be further used by the applications, various applications, okay, and it can be reused in multiple ways, right? Now another way of writing procedure is sometimes we need to store this count into some variable which will utilize by the application in some other report kind of thing. So for that we need to create parameter of the type output inside the procedure. Let's create a procedure with parameter type output. So I am writing this query in this another tab. Okay, control C, procedure with output parameter, right? So again syntax is same, delimiter. Let me copy paste from there. Delimiters. Okay, this is the syntax, so I am copy pasting here. We will change the values here. Okay, so this is my third type of procedure. Only thing I need to change here is out. Okay, parameter type is out, and let's keep the procedure name as procedure 3. Then here, since we want to retrieve amp count, okay, so let's Let's make it more dynamic. We use two type of parameter, amp count and in as well. In is department, right? And this time I am using two parameters, right? Both out and in. Okay, and it is of int type, right? So there are two parameters. In is department, which is of varchar type, and amp count is output type parameter, which is of integer type. Okay, and procedure name is procedure 3. So here first statement is same, select star for employee details where department is equal to depth. And let's suppose we want to store this employee count into some variable which is amp count, right? So this is my procedure. Let's understand this first before executing. So in this procedure we have used two type of parameters, both input type parameter and output type parameter. In is the input type variable where we can, from which procedure can read value only, and amp count is the output type parameter where procedure can write the value. Okay, so in these queries we are using both the parameters. Select star from employee details where department is equal to depth, and select count star into amp count from employee details where department is equal to dpt, right? And after that we are ending the procedure. So let's store this. Now how to call this? We can call it like this: call, what's the procedure name? Procedure 3, right? Procedure 3. And what is our input variable? Let's suppose department is IT, so we will pass its value like this. And what is the output? Amp count. And we want to fetch this amp count in variable, let's say e count. Okay, at the rate e count. Okay, so it will fetch the output value into the e count, right? Then after that you can display this e count like this: select at the rate e count. Okay, so we have created the procedure. Now we are understanding how to call the procedure. So I am calling the procedure 3 with passing the department value as IT and fetching the employee count in the new variable e count. Okay, and after that I want to check the e count, so I am giving the statement select e count. Okay, let's run this. See, it's showing me the result of the IT department. Now I want to see its count, so it's gets stored in the e count. So let's run this. So e count is 3. So this is how input parameter and output parameter works. Okay, so in today's session we have covered three type of procedure. One procedure, in procedure 1 we didn't pass any parameter, that is a simple procedure. Okay, and after that we call that procedure without passing any parameter, and these three queries are executed. In the second type, we procedure we created a procedure with input parameter department, which fetching the records of that particular department and counting the number of employees present in the given department. Okay, and in the third type of procedure, what we did, we use both type of input and output type parameters. In department is the input type parameter and amp count is the output type parameter. So firstly we are fetching the records for the given department, then after that we are uh, counting the number of employees and storing them into the output parameter amp count. And after that we call this procedure by passing the value for input parameter and fetching the result in the output parameter. So this is all about today's session. Hope you understood it and you practice this. So today we have learned this what is stored procedure and what are the various type of parameter modes which we can use in the stored procedure. So in the next section we will learn more complex stored procedure. We will learn how to create procedure using while loop, if statement and case statement, and how to display the status of the procedure, how to delete the procedure. These we will learn in the upcoming session. So till then you practice it, and if you have any doubt please message me. Thank you. Bye bye.